Hi, I'm Christel. I am a stylist, and this is like the first time I've done something like this. I'm definitely excited. I'm intrigued as well. I think my main thing I'm excited for is kind of just seeing someone else's answers and how they see the fashion industry, which I don't feel like I listen to often, so it would be nice to kind of be forced to sit down and speak to someone about it and just see their side of it. Yeah.
Hey, I'm Korede, I'm a stylist, and I am really looking forward to this conversation that's about to happen. I don't know who she is, but I know she's another stylist, so I feel like it's going to be really beneficial to see someone else's perspective and their thoughts on what the job is like. It's easy to be very like tunnel vision and only focus on like how you feel, but it'd be nice to bounce my ideas off someone else. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Off to you girls.
Oh, was that the countdown? Okay, so who are you and what do you do?
Well, so my name is Christel. I am a freelance stylist. Been doing it for, I'm going to say 3 years of actually taking it serious.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you?
Okay, I'm Korede. Hey.
Hey.
I'm also a stylist. Well, I style sometimes. I am also like a content creator, and at the moment, primarily, I'm a student. So
Okay, cool.
I'm
cute.
going through some changes. But again, like similar to you, 3 years. I started
Yeah.
at the back end of the pandemic. So yeah. Oh, that's like 4-ish
4
now.
technically.
Yeah. So yeah, I would say that's that 2020 onwards.
Cute.
Okay. How would you define styling?
I think that's a really hard question. Only because I think there could be so many different routes that you could go down
Okay.
in the first place.
Mhm.
How would I define it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I don't know. I would say just being creative
Yeah.
in your own sense.
Mhm.
It could be in terms of art, clothes,
Yeah.
so many different things, I would say. For me personally, if you're asking like how I define it,
Mhm.
I would say your style.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. When I think about styling, I think maybe because of like doing it, I think before I started, I felt like you could be really creative and like you have the opportunity to do whatever it is you want.
Yeah.
But having done it, I think I've begun to understand that like there's always a brief. Do you know what I mean? I feel like it's not that it limits your creativity. Sometimes it does. Like you have to be really on brief and appropriate when it comes to the aesthetic. But I do think styling is just aesthetics. Do you know what I mean? As opposed to creative. So like creative, aesthetics, being on brief, putting things together. I don't know how to explain it. It's hard.
I know what
but,
I do know what you mean. I do know what you mean. But I think it's also dependent, because I think I had that problem at the beginning where I felt very much like, I feel like I started off with doing like small, like random brands, just reaching out, not really anything big, but cool, cute, whatever. And then I started interning.
Yeah.
So doing that, and I remember I would literally like, you turn up and they literally would be like, okay, so it's this look. But then it's literally a look from a catwalk, and that's it. And there was no actually putting things together, which completely confused me because I was like, you're not actually doing anything then. So I think 100% I get what you mean. It was crazy because it was just like, okay, so where do you actually style? Like, what are you actually doing?
Styling exactly.
And it was very much like you would literally be told you have to use this brand, you have to use this brand. So I think that's what made me confused when it came to styling, and that's what actually made me start doing my own shoots.
Right.
Because then I was like, I feel like to actually be creative and show what I can actually do,
you have to do it from scratch.
You got to do it yourself.
Yep.
Because literally, I agree. You go and literally you're given a brief, and it is what it is. I did a shoot not too long ago. I won't say the company, but it was very much like, the company 70%, 30% of it can be like anything else. But then it was like, okay, cool, cute, but then how am I supposed to put things together when one, your stuff's a bit bland? Do you know what I mean? So I get what you mean in that sense. I think it's quite, when you're saying it, I'm like, oh yeah, it's actually quite sad because it's actually very true.
I think I genuinely used to think like, oh my gosh, like I have full creative control and this, that, and the other. But I think you quickly realise that it can be, and I don't think restrictive is the right word, but like,
it's not as easygoing and flowing
as
how you think it would be.
Absolutely. So I think that's how I define styling.
Not one of the questions, but I'm going to ask you anyway.
Yeah.
Do you think it's the same like that when you work with artists?
I think it's a different kettle of fish entirely. Similarly, can be restrictive, particularly if this artist already has an image and already is like, management have an idea of what they want them to look like. The artists themselves have the things that they are like yes and no to.
Yeah.
You can also be quite restricted in that sense. If it's somebody that's like up and coming and you have the opportunity to sort of build an image or image style, then like, of course, like it's so much easier. Or if the person and their management and their team is more flexible, then yeah, like you can be quite creative with that and it can be very fun at times. But sometimes it's not the case.
Yeah,
like
100%.
A lot of the time it's not the case. Do you know what I mean? So I do feel like I still stand on that, on my definition being like, okay, cool, like there's a brief. Like styling is following a brief a lot of the time. Unless of course you are doing what you've done and you've created something from scratch, because then like it's all you. But then would you consider that styling, or would you consider it like a creative direction?
Oh, good question. I'd say a mixture of both.
Yeah.
But I think you say that would make sense because what I want to do, like overall, is actually creative direction.
Sick.
So in that sense, then yeah, technically it is. But then also, as you're just saying it, I think to myself, does it at the same time limit me? Because doing my own shoots, don't get me wrong, I love it.
Yeah.
Best thing. But at the same time, if someone else is out there looking at my stuff, does that now put me in like a bracket because you only see a specific style?
Yeah.
And then it kind of like limits who may reach out to you or who may think they can work with you.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's funny that these questions just make you like think about things.
I know.
Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, let me ask the second question. So why did you become a stylist?
Okay, interesting. Do you know what's so funny? I have always loved clothes and fashion. Before, like I said, I'm content creating and have been doing so for like a while. I would put outfits on myself, post them on socials, and they would gain some traction. Like people would be like, "Oh my god, where's this from? Where's that from?" I was like, "Okay, sorry, this might be something that I could look at." Do you know what I mean? As in terms of a career, pandemic obviously hit. That's the year that I graduated from my undergraduate, and I didn't secure a job, and I was just like, right, so everyone's at home, and now there's the people that have been working for years, and like they're redundant, and they're gonna be, they've got years of experience under their belt, and I'm coming out of uni fresh. And one of my friends she's a stylist and was working at a magazine at the time, and I was just like to her, okay, like I do enjoy this fashion thing, but like what's it actually like? Like what does it look like? Can I come and assist? So I was assisting at first, before becoming a stylist, if you will. But it was by virtue of like just having a love for clothes and then how to piece them together.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I had a background in fashion or like went to uni for it. It was more so like, okay, cool. I enjoy this. I have friends that are in the industry, so let me try and leverage that and see if I can help them out in any way. Because shoots were still happening during the pandemic, as I'm sure you know.
Yeah.
That production didn't cease. So yeah, like it was a good opportunity for me to sort of hop on it, and that's why I became a stylist, or how should I say I became a stylist. The why, I guess, is because I enjoy it. Yeah, I enjoy clothes a lot.
That's true.
What about you?
Why did I become a stylist? Why, right? Yeah, why did you become a stylist? Similar to you.
Yeah.
I think I just really liked clothes, and I surprisingly found it really easy to put things together.
Yeah.
And didn't actually realise how many people don't.
This is the thing.
Which was so crazy.
No shade.
No, it's so crazy.
Yeah.
Because you'll do the tiniest things, like roll your jeans, and I would literally have people like, "Oh my days!" I'd be like,
groundbreaking,
like, really?
Never been seen before. Like,
it was mad.
Yeah, I feel
it was crazy, 100%. So I think with that, I was a bit like, okay, like maybe let's see what we can do with this. And same here, didn't do fashion, like in terms of education and stuff. Did law. Don't ask me why.
I'm screaming.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that.
I did economics and politics. Like,
don't know what happened, but did all that. But I hated it. I literally was just like, not for me.
Can't relate.
Honestly,
But
love
you started,
fashion.
so you had to finish.
No, see, but I didn't finish.
Did you not?
Yeah, I
Okay,
was
fair
very,
enough.
I turned around and
I
was
love
just like,
that.
don't want it.
People that are able to say, no, I'm
Yeah.
not doing this anymore because it doesn't serve me, I rate it highly.
Oh, that is me.
Because part of me wishes that maybe I should have
You
done
did
that. But then again, I'm also like, oh, what would I have done otherwise?
Exactly. No, it's true though, honestly.
Yeah.
But I feel like for me, I'm a very, if I'm not doing, I don't care. I really don't. So literally, I was just like, yeah, I'm over it. And then I thought, okay, let me actually try this fashion thing. And I really don't feel like you need to learn fashion to do fashion. So I felt like I'm going to prove everyone wrong. Because everyone literally like, okay, so now you need to do a course. And it's like, I'm not doing all of that.
Yeah.
Just went straight into it.
It is one of those things that is like, experience is rich.
100%.
Like, if you're not doing it, the practical is what's richer. But then again, I don't know, like, because I've not done it, can I say whether or not it would have helped me more? But I think I was okay without.
I feel like with styling, you don't need to, personally. Like, they have courses and stuff, but I feel like learning fashion is when you're doing things like fashion design, graphics. Like, I feel like when you're actually doing things like that, I understand it. But I personally do just feel like to become a stylist, be a stylist, whatever, it really is just you actually enjoying clothes, putting things together, liking to do it, and being able to do it and make it look good.
Yeah.
I think, personally.
I feel you. I feel you. What would you say you enjoy most about being a stylist?
I would say meeting people, believe it or not. I think meeting people definitely is the fun part, especially because I feel like people have the idea of like, I've had so many times where people will be like, oh, you're a stylist, oh, who's the biggest person you've done? And I'm like, no, I've done models who you have no idea who they are, but they're amazing and doing so much. So I think I like it in that aspect of being able to just meet like crazy talented people, beautiful people at the same time, and the behind the scenes of it. So like the hair people, the makeup artists, I think that's the part that I like mainly, because you really do just like make a whole little family. Like even photographers, I've ended up working with this one photographer for ages now, love and adore her. And it was literally from reaching out to her on Instagram and was just like, love your work, obsessed with it, do you want to do something together? Did it, and then it turned into, oh, if she needs me, if I need her,
you guys keep working
great
together.
relationships. I feel like for me, behind the scenes, meeting the people who actually do the shoots is definitely my favourite thing.
I love that, honestly.
Yeah. What about you?
I don't know. Similarly, I believe like the networking is rich. Like it's something that's really, really helped me. I wouldn't have started if not for the fact that I knew someone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
But what else can I say I enjoy? I think the ability to be able to create a story, albeit restrictive at times. Being able to create some sort of visual story, because I was saying this the other day to like a friend. I just think the way someone is dressed or what they're wearing, the fact that it can be so expressive without using words, for me, I think is so amazing. So I feel like the ability to be able to do that, and to create a conversation based on like clothes, I think that's what I enjoy the most, outside of obviously the opportunity to meet people. I think that's what I would say, for sure.
That's cute. I like that. I didn't think of it like that. That is actually very cute. I do like that. Okay, so what do you enjoy least about being a stylist? I love this question. All here for it.
Same. Do you know what?
Let's start.
I'm gonna keep it as short and sweet as possible. But I think for me, styling can be a very high pressured job, 100%. And the time that you're given sometimes to style is what I hate. Like the least. Sorry, I don't hate anything, but like it's what I like the least about the job. Like it can be, the turnaround times or the turnover times can be mad tight. You have to be really prepared to work under pressure. Like your head will be hot because you're running around. Really? Like I've sometimes like had to turn around and shoot in like a 24-hour or like a 48-hour time frame, and it might even be something that's like maybe happening on, I don't know, a Friday, or like it could even be happening on the Monday, and you have Friday to reach out to your PRs and your brands, and then it's like you're running around pulling, and then it's straight to set. Like there are some times, of course, don't get me wrong, that you have longer lead times, or like you are given more than enough notice, but sometimes there's someone that you've worked with in the past and they like need you very last minute. And it's like, okay, cool, like, you know what, I'll do it, but damn, it is not, that's the one thing I would say I definitely do not like. Like,
see, I say no.
The thing is,
Like, no,
the
I ain't
thing
got time.
is, I'm at the stage now where I'm hyper selective. So like,
Okay,
if
yeah.
it's one of those things where you're gonna give me not enough time, or
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
the
Not here for
budget's
it.
not making sense, like I will say no.
Yeah.
But like when I was trying to build my portfolio,
Yeah, understandable, of course.
I was
Doing whatever you can.
working,
Yeah.
like I was working. I was trying my best to do as much as I could so that I could get a feel of everything. Because some jobs would be editorial, some of them would be talent, some of them, do you know what I mean? And it's like, okay, cool. I don't really want to turn this down because I think it would be sick for me. But the timing is tight. I will do it. But like, yeah. So I would definitely say the lead times, short lead times. It's
Okay.
one thing I do not love. But what about you?
What's the least? I would say, for me, is, I don't really know if this answers the question, but is people not understanding what we do.
Okay. Trust me, I feel that. I don't have a magic wardrobe.
Oh my God, you took
This
the
is not
words out of
Narnia.
my mouth. Oh my God.
I can't walk in there and drag out. No, you talk, because I've got a lot to say. As I said, I'm going to keep it nice and short.
Annoying. Because I've had so many times, same thing, where people literally just be like, oh yeah, I've got to shoot. I think the worst one, I was told there was 2 models, absolutely fine, cool.
Yeah.
I think they gave me like a week's notice. I was like, yeah, cool, fine, beautiful,
Yeah.
whatever. Get there, they're like, oh, by the way, so there's 2 extra models. And I thought, okay, so what do you want me to do? Because how's this working?
Yeah.
So I ended up having to, I think there was originally like 6 looks and had to basically just like narrow down the looks for the other 2. And I just thought, you either slightly don't respect what I do in a way, or you literally just think I can swear, right? So I shit out clothes, right? Because it doesn't work like that. So I think for me, my least favourite thing is I just feel like people don't actually appreciate and get what you fully do.
Yep. I think...
And take the piss, basically.
Yeah, there's a lack of understanding that it's all in the prep.
Yeah.
Like, they think, okay, cool, like you come to set with your clothes and we steam and we put it on you. Like, we might have even had a fitting, so it might have even gone smoother than that. You literally just step into your clothes, step on set and come off, and I take the clothes. But like, it's the prep, it's the before and the after.
So much more to it.
That is the core of the job.
And I hate the after. Those returns are, oh my days. You'll be in north, then you'll be in east, then you're down here, so long.
It's
People
not easy at all. So I do feel like an appreciation of like what the job really entails would make it, like if people understood it a bit more, it would make it a much 100%. More a smoother job to do.
Which is annoying though.
Yeah.
Because why am I having to even explain myself? I just feel like, because I feel like people think, oh yeah, the photographer's got more to do. They've got to change lights. They've got to do this, which no disrespect to them. Of course you do. Yeah. But at the same time, it's not just clothes.
No, justice for...
Because I feel like people genuinely feel like that's what it is.
Yeah.
They literally think you just wake up, pick up clothes. I've had so many times they'll be like, oh, so is this your own clothes? And I'm like, no, it's not my own clothes. So I feel like people literally don't fully get what you do. And for me, that's my least favourite thing. I feel like sometimes I'm like, I don't feel like you appreciate or get what I'm doing.
Yeah. I feel you on that. I really, really do.
I'd say that's fine.
What would you say and this is an interesting question, what would you say your biggest achievement today is? If you could think of one.
I can and I can't. I can technically think of one, but at the same time, I don't know. Like, I feel like I don't know what the biggest achievement is, because I feel like it's almost like, well, what do I classify as an achievement?
Yeah.
So more in the sense of like, is it in terms of like doing an amazing magazine cover?
Yeah.
Or is it just working with a great artist? Is it a red carpet? So I feel like for me, I can't actually really answer that question.
I feel you.
Secretly don't want to as well, because I just feel like it's a bit like, oh,
for
me. And I think because I don't feel like for myself, I'm quite hard on myself, I don't feel like I'm at a place that I'm like, yeah, I'm very just, it's so crazy. But I do definitely have moments where I'm just a bit like, oh, this is long.
Yeah.
Like, do I want to? But then there's other times where I'll do something and like, I remember I even went to a friend's birthday and her cousin, bless her soul, was just like, oh my God, I love your work. I was looking and I thought, oh shit, like, thanks, that's really sweet.
Yeah.
So things like that, I'm like, okay, cool. So maybe just even simply putting my work out and staying consistent.
I feel you.
Do you know what? That is my answer. Being consistent is my biggest accomplishment, because in the first place, it's such a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
And it's not easy. Even simple things of getting the right work. Because I feel like for me especially, there's a specific route that I want. I know what kind of work I want to do. And I feel like I've had to dabble into this and dabble into that. And it's like, it's not really what I want to do. So so many times I won't even post the work because I'm like, I don't actually want to get you lot confused and think this is what I do. Then you'll start contacting me. I don't want to do it. So I feel like for me, actually staying onto it is my biggest accomplishment.
I love that. I love it.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. What about you?
I feel like, in a similar vein, like I don't know if I can pinpoint one moment or one thing to being like my biggest achievement, because I see everything as like, this is an achievement. Every job, every time someone comes to you and it's like, oh my God, I love this, or those things to me are all great achievements in and of themselves. I wouldn't want to like reject, by saying one thing, reject all the other things, even though they might be small or might be trivial. Like, I feel a sense of accomplishment at the end of every like job that I've done. Do you know what I mean? Every time the work comes out, and that is my favorite. Oh, I should have said that as the thing that I enjoy the most, when the job is done. Yeah. When you're like, finally. That feeling of like relief when we're finished. That is like, I feel like at that point, I feel like, damn, like I've really done something. So pass. pass. I pass on that because I do feel like I have to rate everything. Let me rate everything highly because
I love that. I think you should do.
Yeah.
Especially what we do. I'm not being funny. I don't feel like you're allowed to even say this is small, this is big, because whatever you do is big.
Yeah.
So just leave it as that. I agree. Okay, what makes a great stylist?
Ooh.
That's a good question.
I think it's a good question. And I think, funnily enough, like I was saying, I got into it because I love clothes. It's not enough. I think what makes a great stylist is somebody that there are soft skills that you need.
Yeah.
The ability to work under pressure, being organised, somebody that's good at networking and relationship building. I'm trying to think like, what else do you really need to be a great stylist? Obviously, the knowledge is important, but I do feel like those soft skills is what really makes you somebody that's great. I can't think of anything else. Can you? What would you say?
I think everything you said is basically what I would say would make a great stylist. I think, anything else? Being willing in the first place, because I think, especially as you were saying, you come with the mindset of thinking, it's all you. It's not. So I think being willing, 100%. Not taking things to heart.
You have to be humble.
You cannot take things to heart because they will knock you right down and you got to smile and keep it going.
Yeah.
So definitely don't fit. I feel like it's more the obvious things, 100% the knowledge, all of that. But at the same time, you as a person, you have to be strong.
Tough skin.
Because I've seen people, don't know who it was, but I remember it was going around where someone like completely broke down and was literally like coming for stylists and was like, I can't do it anymore. Yeah, and I thought, I fully feel you. But then at the same time, it's sad because it's literally you've allowed other people to make you, unfortunately, stop what you want to do. But I feel like it's a thing where, if you want to be a great stylist, you've got to have a backbone for stylists. Because some people will fully try you.
Absolutely.
And you can either just take it, which some people do, and some people, it works for them. It gets them where they want. But at the same time, I feel like if you know what you want to do, know what you can do, believe in yourself, you're allowed to have a backbone and be like, want to do this. Because you get models I've had models who literally like, I don't want to wear that. And I'm like, sorry, stylist or which one? So I feel like, if I say the stories, we'll be here forever. You get some hard people. So I feel like you need to have a backbone.
Yeah, resilience.
And just be like, I am who I am. I got this. I can do this. Let's keep it moving.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Christel.
And I'm Korede.
And thank you for watching Ready to Talk.
Now UK is always second, that's the thing with like trends and whatnot. It's always like America that's pushing all the stuff.
Do you think that's still true?
It's always with the America. Do you think that the fashion industry is collaborative?
There's sometimes like a sense of like clickiness. If you don't have a network, sometimes you really, no one's going to want to collaborate with you.